been this debate that tech is becoming kind of a monopoly, or that a lot of these companies have de facto monopoly power. You heard Senator Lindsey Graham interview grill Mark Zuckerberg on this. He said, "Who are your competitors?" And it's raised the question of whether tech startups in general, or whether there's any room for second or third players to go after these incumbents. What's your view on that question?
So what they're noticing is economic power.
Right.
Network effects, demand-side economies of scale around data. So we have more data, so ankle biters have trouble coming in.
Right.
What is a little different from the traditional monopolies is that prices are actually coming down a lot instead of going up. And so they've been getting a little bit more of a pass. But that kind of economic power, it can also be transitory. So people thought that Microsoft was essentially a dominant vendor forever in the 90s, and that changed as well. So the things that can shift economic power are new paradigms around data. One of the things we're noticing is, with the exception of Google, Amazon, and a couple of other large companies, most of the good talent, the longer-term investors, and the really good products are being built in the growth stage companies. They have a longer time horizon, and so once they can get to scale, this is where we're useful. We can help them get to scale, and then they can get that kind of economic power.
All right, interesting area to watch.
So if you've watched this channel, am kind of against this large monopolies we've created with tech companies. And one of the main reasons I'm investing in crypto is I do believe with the advent of cryptocurrencies and ICOs to raise money, this will help challenge those big tech monopolies. And the whole idea of blockchain is to prevent a central authority controlling an entire market or currency, whatever. So one reason I'm okay, and there is the risk of losing your investment, but if I'm going to lose money, I want it to be on things I think will improve the planet or the earth, society. And that's one of my hopes with cryptocurrency, is that the tech companies, because of their size, power, and scale, they really don't have competition. And they just brought up a great point. I mean, who is Facebook's competitor? Snapchat maybe, but not really. Same with Amazon, Google. They all have their monopolies. But the idea of blockchain and, for example, in the future, decentralized exchanges, I think that's a great counter to this issue with tech being so powerful. And because they're so powerful, I don't know if governments, the EU is trying to do something, but for a fact, I don't really think the US government will do anything. And the only way to kind of fight against this is the growth in ICOs and the cryptocurrency market, because I believe that will allow the smaller players to fight and to actually put up some sort of threat to the big players in tech. But only time will tell, so we'll see. And like I said, I've preached numerous times that I stay away from coins that are out of the top 20 and small projects. I just think right now it's not regulated well enough, and it's the Wild West. And like I said, if I had someone that actually I knew was involved with the project, I would then be more involved. And in fact, I'll go ahead and make a statement. I'm going to go ahead and make a statement, guys. So I do know someone who works for Dash, and I've invested in Dash, not a large amount, but from what I hear and what he's told me, and like I said, this is, from one person, so I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, and I don't own that much of Dash, but he's giving me positive signs where I feel comfortable putting money into something like Dash, and I think it's a currency, or it's trying to be used as a currency, so I don't have to worry about the token security laws. So stuff like that is where I would start to move my money, and especially if I make a lot of money. I haven't so far. I think all of us right now are losing, but if I do make some really nice profits on crypto, I do plan on to start to invest some of my profits in these smaller ICOs, especially ones that are going to try to solve the issue of like Facebook and their monopoly power. So I'm definitely not for it, but at the same time, I do believe in free markets. So hopefully the market will fix itself instead of, like I said, there should be some government regulations, but at the same time, if the free market can solve the problem, I think that's better. But for now, it doesn't seem like the free market and the governments will solve this problem. So I'm putting my eggs in the blockchain bandwagon basket or whatever, and we'll see. But leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you very much for watching. And I will talk to you guys soon.